skills. It's the ability to take a moment and not just assume something is what it is based on what you see. Actually start to ask questions, poke holes in it, and not just take what people have given you or that you've read at face value. So what are some of your thoughts on that?
Yeah, and I think it's a lot of you talk a lot about some of the things that we thought about when we wrote an illustrated A is for analytics. And the whole idea behind it was, as analytics professionals, we need to make data literacy more approachable and data in general more approachable. And I don't think, while I think there are some of us, some individuals, some agencies, some companies that do go out of their way to make what they do seem overly complicated as a, I guess, gatekeeping type of thing. Like, this is our realm, you guys stay out. But I think in general, we just don't think about it. We just don't think that the way we talk, and this is true of really any discipline. You know, when you go talk to someone that's a doctor or a mechanic or, you know, fill in the blank, if they're not being empathetic with the fact that, oh, I'm talking to, you know, Jim, who's never, you know, done a reconstructive knee surgery, and I'm using all these terms and things that he doesn't understand. You know, again, I don't think most people are doing that as a gatekeeping way. It's just, that's our language and that's how we speak. But to an outsider, that's very off-putting. Like, it's very unapproachable. And so when we wrote the children's book, it really is for people. When people ask, they're like, who's this for? I'm like, well, anyone like 0 to 99. Like, it's really for anyone that doesn't have a background in data, in that we've made it very approachable. And I think we have that obligation as analytics professionals to make what we do more approachable by everyone within our organizations. And I don't think we're doing that. And so, you know, if you are an analytics professional listening to this podcast, I think it's your duty to help build data literacy within your teams and your organizations. And by doing that, we don't do that by flexing our, well, let me tell you about the statistical model formula, but in a complexity thing, so I sound really, really smart. You do that by finding a way to make what we do more approachable. And I'm not talking about dumbing it down. I'm not talking about, you know, making it like, how do I explain this to my grandma? I'm talking about truly thinking from a language standpoint, how we can bridge this gap from someone that has no experience to us that has 20 and 30 years experience. How can we bridge that gap and communicate on a level in which we're embracing them instead of pushing them away? I think that's where it has to start. And again, I think it's really important that I repeat this, that I don't think that by and large, most people are doing this to keep people out. I just think that we don't slow down enough to think about the fact that the people in our organizations that we're talking to simply don't have the same level of experience that we do in this realm, just as we don't have the same level of experience as lots of other professionals in other realms. And we would want that same level of empathy and care if we were discussing a topic that we have very little understanding of.